The Royal Rumble 2026. What did I think? Well, is it possible that I absolutely loved two of the matches and was really angry at the other two? Though the other two were actually quite good, I'm angry for other reasons. Let's just break it down. Welcome to Silo Voice Wrestling on YouTube and the Silo Voice Wrestling podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jason C. McLean, and this is my review of the 2026 WWE Royal Rumble from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm recording this the next night, February 1st. It's around 11 o'clock at night. First of all, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I called it, I think, the Spirit Halloween Stadium because they put this thing up and they're probably going to tear it down, but it did look really nice. There was no roof, even in the backstage area. It was a nice set. Okay. I'll level with you as far as my predictions go, or went. I got two predictions right, and those are also the matches that I really loved. So let's at least start on the positive. Let's start with a match that I really loved. And that would be the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, watching these, it was the daytime. I was about an hour behind, so I was trying to avoid spoilers, watch it all. I decided to do the professional thing and take down notes on the entrance and some of the eliminations. So I don't need my notes for the first. The first two were Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I love this bit where they were sort of teasing each other with each other's finishers, but they didn't throw each other out. That's the way you do it. Like, I mean, I remember Axe and Smash of Demolition, they just fought, but you know what? Stay together as a team and only really fight at the end if you're the last two in there. That's the way to do it. But of course, they've been teasing these two, breaking up for a while. I don't think they will. Okay, so I know it's Kiana James was number 3. She lasted a lot longer than a lot of people would figure. Nia Jax was number 4. The Nia Jax bit was early. Ivy Nile, Lola Vice from NXT. We got Candice LeRae, Jordan Grace. She eliminated Candice. I'm not going to do all the eliminations, or I'm just going to sort of go through my notes. Charlotte eliminated Nia. So Nia was out early. She was definitely the dominant force in the early part of the match, but she was out early. And she accidentally eliminated Alexa. So that's the real thing there. Charlotte, the allies of convenience, were sort of friends, but not yet. Alexa was annoyed, but I'm predicting the two of them are going to stay together. At number 9, we had Becky Lynch, 10, Sol Ruca, 11, Roxanne Perez. So the first Judgment Day member was in there, and I was definitely looking forward to seeing what the Judgment Day would do, because in my prediction video, I predicted Liv would win. More on that later. 12, Maxine Dupree goes right after Becky. 13, Natty. I'm glad we got Natty and not Natalia. I'm liking the potential of this heel character, so let's see where we go. Well, in this match, Becky eliminated Maxine, but Natty eliminated Becky. So we're sort of, I don't think Natty's going to win the Intercontinental title. I think that's going to be AJ Lee, who was not in this match, but that's maybe a match for Elimination Chamber. Who knows? Let's see. Number 14, spoiler alert, the winner, if you haven't seen the Rumble and you're just watching this, I don't know what you're doing, because this was actually a really good match. Go watch it. But number 14, the winner, Liv Morgan. 15, Lash Legend. She did quite well in this match. 16, Zelina, not Zelina Vega anymore. 17, more Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, what did I write here? Eliminates Kiana James. 18, my favorite, Chelsea Green. Low-key hope to always win the Royal Rumble and always win everything. I don't think she will, but one time they're going to pull the trigger and she's going to win something. But I love what she did. She went to the Judgment Day right away, trying to get them to join the Secret Service. And then Liv slapped her and she slapped Liv. It was fun. 19, Julia. And we had a fun spot with Chelsea being almost eliminated, but landing on Alba Fire. There was a previous spot where Chelsea was sort of being pulled into the ring and Alba was in the ring, and even though she wasn't in the match, she was still eliminated. I love Chelsea. Royal Rumble was perfect for her. Also, her gear was very news themed, like, the Chelsea Chronicle. I know she's kind of political with some of her gear, so maybe there was some understatement here. I don't know. Now we're getting into the real meat of the matter. Number 20, Io Sky. Number 21, Asuka. Number 22, Rhea Ripley. Rhea actually eliminated Chelsea. After Chelsea tried to do the salute, Rhea gave the salute back. If you're not going to get the Judgment Day of their little powwow to join the Secret Harvest, you're definitely not going to get Rhea Ripley, but it's funny to ask. These are people that Chelsea doesn't interact with normally, so it was great to see her doing this. I love Chelsea. I hope she wins, but you know what? Her performance in this Rumble was excellent. 23, Bayley. She almost eliminated Sol Ruka. Almost eliminated Sol Ruka. And Liv, but then number 24, Jacy Jayne, the NXT Women's Champion. At this point, Liv eliminated Natty, smiled. 25, Nikki Bella. More on the Bellas in a bit. 26, Lyra Valkyria. She eliminated Julia with Bayley's help. 27, Kalani Jordan from NXT. 28, Kairi Sane. It was predictable. I'll admit this is predictable, but it was still fun to watch. Kairi accidentally eliminated Asuka, and Michael Cole even went Kairi, and Wade Barrett told him not to, and then Kairi gets eliminated by Io. It's kind of cheesy, but you know what? It was a fun spot in the Rumble. I'm glad this happened. And now Kairi hopefully will break away from, maybe we'll have Kairi and Asuka at WrestleMania. I don't know. Or they'll be in some tag match. Okay, number 29. Did you guys know that Brie Bella was really over in Saudi Arabia, or the Bellas in general? Number 29 was Brie Bella. That was a big surprise, but the crowd, that was the biggest reaction of the match, except for the Ultimate Victory. But like Brie Bella, wow, she's so over. And also the thing too is we now have another hot tag team in the ultra hot women's tag team scene. Number 30, Tiffy time, Tiffany Stratton. No, Bianca Belair did not come back, but Tiffany Stratton did. I didn't even know she was injured. I thought she was just taking a break. Maybe she wasn't injured. Maybe she was taking the break, but they called it an injury. She came back. Massive pop. Let's see here. The Bellas eliminate Lyra and Bayley. Jacy Jayne eliminate. All the NXT people are eliminating each other. And then the Bellas... the Bellas did a double elimination of Lyra and Becky. The NXT people started eliminating each other, and then Lash eliminated both the Bellas. And this is a big one. Lash eliminated Charlotte. She was in there for 59 minutes and 49 seconds in the ring. And she also eliminated Io. And that got Rhea really pissed off. So there's the Rhea and Lash stare down. Rhea eliminated Lash. Raquel eliminated Rhea. And then, okay, this is probably my favorite part. Raquel is so happy she just eliminated Rhea. And who takes advantage and eliminates Raquel out of nowhere? Liv Morgan! And then just smiles at her. In the post-show, she said, Raquel will understand because she has a world championship match. But, if Raquel wins that world championship match, then maybe Liv will challenge her at the Judgment Day politics. I thought just Liv Morgan's reaction to this and Raquel's reaction, I could see them becoming friends again really quick, but this made sense. And it was really well done. And honestly, this is where even though I predicted it before, when Liv eliminated Raquel, her friend, her teammate, her Judgment Day compatriot, I knew, and it wasn't by accident. She clearly did it. She smiled about it. At this point, I knew for sure Liv Morgan was going to win. Or I really hope she was going to win, because otherwise that would have been pointless. Then we had the final three. Liv Morgan, Sol Ruka, and Tiffany Stratton. Side note, they were all blonde. It was three blondes going at it. And this was back and forth. As always, it ended up on the ring apron. Sol goes up to do the Sol Ruka was really impressive in this match, by the way, too. I got to say, I think she'll be on the main roster soon enough, but they got to keep some people on NXT. But yeah, she goes up to do the Soul Snatcher, sort of fails. Tiffany sort of chucks her out. Then Liv quickly Oblivion. Liv Morgan is your 2026 Royal Rumble winner. I couldn't have thought of it any better. In fact, I thought of it exactly the same. That's who I predicted. And it makes perfect. Let's talk about the tag team scene, because it makes sense that Rhea and Io don't win, because I think they're going to be in WrestleMania, maybe even in the main event in a tag team match. Maybe we're talking a TLC match. So we have, well, the Kabuki Warriors might break up. I don't know, but we have Liv and Rhea. We'll probably have Roxanne and Raquel for the Judgment Day, because Liv is doing other things. And we now have the Bella twins back in the tag team scene. I hope Brie Bella stays, because that's another hot tag team. Charlotte and Alexa, they'll settle their differences. Nia and Lash, they were not in this match at the same time, so they didn't have to go head to head. That's an important point. And yeah, this is, I think this is perfect. And I think Liv winning and either going after, I can't see her going after Jade Cargill. I think that's going to be the Elimination Chamber winner, and I think that might be Bianca, but I could definitely see her going after either Stephanie or Raquel if Raquel wins. That could be either way. It's interesting. It's drama, and I'm looking forward to it. And Liv Morgan sold this perfectly. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Now she's the bride. Liv Morgan, your 2026 Royal Rumble winner. I give this match an A+ across the board. Best women's Rumble match since the one where Rhea won a few years ago. Yeah, really happy with this. Next up, AJ Styles versus Gunther. Okay, let's rip the Band-Aid off. The retirement match. I didn't want AJ Styles to retire at the Royal Rumble. I knew he was going to retire this year. I saw that sort of, I guess, social media post from Shinsuke Nakamura saying that he had wanted to retire at the Rumble, and if he wants to, great. Apparently he's already been on the retirement run, but still, this was definitely a crushing match for me, for the audience, for a lot of people. Maybe AJ will go to, maybe he can still go to TNA Japan, although he's already been to Japan on his retirement tour. I don't think he will. People are saying AEW. I think that's unlikely. I think AJ, apparently he told John Cena that his body is giving out, but he has to like really do a lot of work to be able to be AJ Styles in the ring. So if this is his swan song, let's look at the match. The match itself was actually quite good. Good storytelling. They had AJ getting the injury at the beginning. He did, of course, get his hope spots where he got the phenomenal forearm. He got the eventually he did get the Styles clash, but Gunther kicked out. And yeah, it was the tip. It's like the Cena match. It's like AJ's down and like he's fighting back up, and then Gunther just pushes him down. Typical Gunther style. And eventually he didn't tap out, but he passed out. And I will note something production wise, or I guess behind the scenes wise, this really added to it. When AJ's arm went down, the referee called for the bell rang. They let the silence linger for about like 20 seconds or something before hitting Gunther's music and announcing the winner. They let that sink in. That was for drama. We had the bit after with AJ, almost putting down his gloves, but picking them up, doing his symbol. I don't know what that means. The match itself, I mean, this was, I'd go A+ on this match. Like, it was actually really good storytelling, really well done. And the production notes at the end with the delay before the song, that was just to let the reactions sink in. That's like emotional, that's cinematic, theatrical storytelling. And if this is AJ's last match, I wish we had we had maybe had the retirement tour, but apparently we kind of did with the Cena thing, with his trip to Japan. We just didn't know it. This was a really good match, but of course left me very sad. Next up, for the undisputed WWE Championship, the champion Drew McIntyre defends against challenger, winner of the Fatal 4-Way, Montreal's own Sami Zayn. Kind of Saudi Arabia's own Sami Zayn too. Now, okay, I definitely felt the crushing loss of AJ Styles and the career-ending loss in that match, and that's huge for a lot of people. Myself personally, again, I was not watching when AJ was in his, I guess, WWE Prime or anything like that, so it didn't have as much emotional impact. But Sami Zayn, he's a Montrealer. Not only is he a Montrealer, he's an he lives he lives on the road, but his family lives in NDG. It's like from the English side of Montreal. He's bilingual like me, but he's a Anglophone Montrealer. He's also a devout Muslim, which is not like me at all. But I kind of feel like he's my guy. Like, and I knew going in that it was unlikely Drew McIntyre would lose in his first title defense. I floated something about transitional champion. But yeah, I was really hoping Sam. Let's talk about the match first. The match itself was decent, was good. Sami had some hope spots. Drew was just sort of beating him at the end. Sami almost got a hula kick. Sami has never beaten Drew. 11-0. I thought this was going to be 11-1. It ended up being 12-0. Drew eventually won. I was really hoping there was going to be some sort of interference, like Jacob Fatu coming in. If Sami didn't win, I was hoping Jacob Fatu would attack Drew, cause a disqualification. Drew retains the championship, but Sami's figured into WrestleMania. Sami could still figure into WrestleMania through the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. The match itself was okay. It's probably like an A-. But my emotional, I was really annoyed when I saw this, because even though I knew it was probably going to be like that, I just, again, I see online people saying Sammy Hogan, things like that. You know what? I think Sami Zayn is like Mick Foley. Like, he's not going to be the top guy for a long time, but he at one point, he needs at least a run. He's not a mid-carder. Like, that was the last of the Vince booking, seeing his plateau was being a comedic mid-carder. No, Sami Zayn has main event to WrestleMania. He deserves at least one run with a world title, either the World Heavyweight or the Undisputed. I thought it was going to be World Heavyweight. I thought somehow he was going to win the Rumble and get the World Heavyweight. But now Drew's the champion, so Undisputed WWE. I'm going to jump ahead of it. I just hope that Roman picks Punk and somehow Sami wins the Elimination Chamber and gets a match with Drew at WrestleMania and wins it at WrestleMania, or maybe Money in the Bank. But yeah, the match itself was okay, but this was the one match that I was like, I know it's not going to be, but I believe for a moment. Still, good match, good storytelling, but Sami deserves his day in the sun, no matter how long it lasts. And we have the men's Royal Rumble match. Spoiler alert, this was the other match that I loved, and I actually predicted the winner, even though my brother had predicted it first, and I was thinking someone else, but in my prediction video, I said Roman Reigns. So, okay. Well, actually, I don't need the book for the first part. Obafemi was the first entrant. That's a bold choice. That's an exciting choice. I figured he was going to come in the early teens, but he came in right at the start, and he was dominant after the second entrant, which we all knew was Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker got attacked by a mystery attacker. Okay, who's the mystery attacker? They want us to think it's Seth Rollins. Maybe in character it will be Seth, but it clearly wasn't Seth. I think Seth really is injured this time and he's not ready. Maybe Austin Theory, going against the whole vision plan, really secretly working for Seth. Maybe Logan Paul secretly. I think it was Finn Balor, because Finn Balor was denied entry into the Royal Rumble match the same night that all of the Vision were given entry. And also apparently 2 El Grande Americanos, but more on that later. Okay, so number 3, Solo Sikoa. Always good to have him. I knew he wasn't going to win. Number 4, Rey Mysterio. Number 5, Rusev from Bulgaria. Not a specific city, just Bulgaria. And then Oba eliminated Rusev and Rey. And we had Matt Cardona, who Oba eliminated. We had 7, Damian Priest. 8, Javon Evans. 9, Mr. Iguana. I knew he wasn't going to last long, but it was kind of cool to see him. I also loved the bit where Damian Priest was decided to choke slam Mr. Iguana, but also choke slam the Layeska too. He's like, okay, fine, I'll do this. Number 10, Trick Williams. And he eliminated Mr. Iguana. Boo, Trick. Number 11, Cody Rhodes. Number 12, El Grande Americano, the Ludwig Kaiser version. And I absolutely love this. Number 13 was the original El Grande Americano. Clearly Chad Gable with a bit of a beard. Maybe we could even have a WrestleMania match, them fighting over the gimmick. I think this was so subtle but so great. I loved. I wanted to have them go face to face. I thought it would be more in a storyline on Raw, but doing it right in the Rumble, it's like the three faces of Foley, the two different faces of El Grande. I think they should have a match for the gimmick, and whoever loses gets unmasked and has to become themselves. And I actually think Chad Gable might be the one to get unmasked because I think Ludwig Kaiser does much better as El Grande. Okay. They both got eliminated at some point. Trick eliminated one of them, I think. Okay, number 14. Powerhouse Hobbs. Nope, they changed it to Royce Keys. And I think that was really cool. Showing his old, I don't know, maybe they'll get sued for that. I don't know, though. Showing his old AEW name so people know who it is and changing it to his new name. I think that was more for the audience at home because in Saudi, they didn't seem to know who he was. I mean, I don't even know if they watch AEW there or they get it at all. He did eliminate Damian Priest, so it was a good showing. Big guy. Should have had a better reaction, but I think that was the perfect way to bring him in. Maybe they'd call him Royce Keys, the Powerhouse. I think somebody said that when the announcers. It's good to acknowledge his old name, then mention his new name. 15, Austin Theory, the second Vision member after Braun was eliminated. 16, Bronson Reed. We got more of the Vision in here. 17, Ilya Dragunov. 18, La Parka from AAA. 19, Dragon Lee. 20, Logan Paul. Third Vision member. The fourth Vision member in, the third still in there because Braun Breaker got eliminated. He eliminated La Parka with the help of Bronson Reed. 21, LA Knight. Yeah, he eliminated Theory and Bronson Reed. 22, Brock Lesnar. 23, The Miz. Brock eliminated Ilya Dragunov. Lesnar and Obafemi faced for the second time. They had a first face-off when he entered, then a second face-off. 24, Rey Fenix. He was eliminated by Brock. And Brock also eliminated Obafemi. I'm okay with that because, Obafemi dominated and another big guy eliminated him. If they don't do Gunther and Brock at Mania, maybe Gunther and Obafemi, I'd be okay with that. Brock and Obafemi, I'd be okay with that. 25, Jey Uso. And I love the fact that Cody and LA Knight teamed up and eliminated Brock Lesnar during Jey Uso's entrance. There's going to be maybe some heat for that. I don't know. I don't know if that was how it was supposed to go, but Jey Uso takes a long time because he's coming down through the crowd. But 26 was the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who Jey had already tried to run back his theme once. He decided to encourage him to run it back again, and no, punch. Knocks him out. 27, Jacob Fatu. 28, Penta, and Cody eliminated LA Knight. 29, I hear voices in my head. Randy Orton. Now, from the SmackDown I saw before, I didn't really do an assorted thoughts on that, but one thing that was made clear to me is that in Saudi, Randy Orton is way more over than Cody Rhodes or anyone really. Randy Orton is huge there. And he was huge there tonight, and they legitimately booed when he got eliminated. And number 30, Gunther. So finish up, Orton eliminated Javon Evans. Gunther helped to get Penta eliminated. Drew McIntyre came in and eliminated Cody, which even though I'm hoping Sami wins Elimination Chamber, I'm thinking Cody or Jacob might win Elimination Chamber because Drew keeps ducking the Cody rematch. And I do think Roman's going to big pump. But yeah, Roman eliminated both Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso. Then we had the final four, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Logan Paul, and Gunther. Roman eliminated Logan. Big pop. Gunther eliminated Randy. And then we had Gunther and Roman Reigns. Gunther tried to get him in the sleeper. I loved how Gunther was selling the experience of the previous match. He was not his full game. That's good performance. He came in at number 30, and he still had a chance. He was in at number 30, but he was still selling the injury. He tried to get the sleeper, but it didn't work on Roman. Eventually, Roman, spear. I think he got a Superman punch he just pushed Gunther over the rope. Your winner of the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match, the Tribal Chief, raise your ones, Roman Reigns. Now, what I was going to say before is that both the women's and the men's Royal Rumble winner got there after eliminating their friends and family. Liv just chucked Roxanne out. Not Roxanne. Roxanne was fine. She chucked Raquel out. Roman eliminated Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. They were just in his way. It wasn't like it was by accident. No. And they both won. As far as this match in A+, I think this is probably the best men's Rumble match of the Triple H era. Probably the best women's match too. But yeah, this was excellent. I mean, people were talking Chris Jericho coming in, surprises like that. We did get some surprises. We got some surprise entrants. I thought it was interesting. Gunther retired because I was thinking Gunther might win this, but after failing to retire AJ Styles. But I'm thinking the AJ Styles match might have been added on the last minute at AJ's request. Who knows? But that's why Gunther was number 30. And yeah, you know what? He was my prediction, even though he's my brother's prediction first. Roman winning makes sense. I really hope Roman goes after Punk. And it actually makes sense Roman would go after Punk too, because Roman's already had the Drew belt, the undisputed WWE championship for roughly 3 years. And he's been Universal champion. That was part of that. He was the Universal champion, then the WWE champion, then the undisputed WWE Universal champion. One belt which he looked at one time, which he's never had, was the World Heavyweight Championship. He might have had an earlier version of it. He has not had this version. So it makes sense he wants to go for that. He's also beaten Drew a number of times. I think he wants to test himself against Punk. And I hope he goes for that because I want the Drew belt, because I think that's the one Sami has a chance to go for, even though I'm starting to doubt whether Sami's going to get a chance for it or not. I'm hoping he goes for Punk, because Punk Roman, that's a main event. That's even though they had the triple threat last time, this is for a championship, and this could be really interesting. But yeah, great men's Royal Rumble match. And that's how I saw the 2026 WWE Royal Rumble PLE from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Do you agree with my take? Do you agree with my opinions? Let me know in the comments. Follow at Silo Voice Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram, at Silo Wrestling on X, and me at Jason C. McLean on X and Instagram. Also, jasoncmclean.bsky.social on Bluesky. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications to get all my wrestling hot takes, cold takes, simmering takes, wrestling opinion pieces, assorted thoughts on Raw and SmackDown, and WWE Premium Live Event prediction and review videos. I'll be back with my assorted thoughts on Raw. Until then, for Silo Voice Studios in Montreal, I'm Jason C. McLean.